We're also following some breaking news out of Montgomery. The future of gaming in Alabama unclear after bills fell short of passing in the Senate.
Yes, there was some drama there as well.
Dreams of hitting it rich in an Alabama lottery or casino ended quickly tonight.
Yeah, lawmakers stopped a potential new vote on bringing gambling to the state.
Alabama's gambling bill was struck down by lawmakers, frustrating many hoping Alabama would have a lottery soon.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for Yellowhammer Now. Let's have a conversation about the Porch Band of Creek Indians purchasing the Birmingham Racecourse from Milton McGregor's family and what this means for gambling legislation here in the great state of Alabama. Now, the Porch Creek Indians, they have their own facilities, and there's been no question about them wanting to expand those facilities both in scope of the games they operate and in locations. And now they have an opportunity to do just that. But this isn't just about acquiring that facility where they have off-course racing, betting, and other places. Parimutuel gambling, I guess is what it's called. And then they also have historical horse racing, which is slot machines with extra steps, which they are always slot machines with extra steps, which are illegal in the state of Alabama, but it doesn't matter. They continue to operate. But apparently it's just not financially viable enough for the McGregors to continue owning this particular Birmingham racecourse and casino. They'll focus on what's been going on at Victoryland in Macon County and things like that, sucking the money out of that community. So what does all of this mean? Well, I think what it means is the McGregors have found a pretty good ally in the conversation about expanding gambling across the state of Alabama. Because, again, the Porch Creek Indians have wanted to come off of their lands and say, let's do this in other places. Some have talked about something in Jackson County. Now you have this facility, which will be owned by them as well. And they will want to have some sort of compact that will allow them to do stuff on their facilities and in this Birmingham facility as well. So look forward to a unified push here that really, now that there's a bit of a partnership here, or at least a sale taking place between two of the big players here, we will have a much more unified push for gambling. Now, let me just tell you this right now. The citizens of this state generally do not care. Let's just be as honest as we can be about this. They want the lottery. That's very clear. They'll accept gambling and casinos. They're fine with that as well. The question is whose ox is going to get gored here. And the end result of this eventually is going to be the citizens around these casinos. That's basically what's going to happen. We'll talk about the money that's going to go to different charities and schools and all sorts of other stuff. And I will just tell you as kindly as I possibly can, that is bullshit. And there's no other way to put it, because all the money that gets sucked into these casinos, only a very small portion goes to anything else. And expanding inside the state of Alabama is not good for the average citizen. Yes, these organizations will pick up some money, but it will suck those monies out of those communities, and expanding gambling will do just that. Now, you can say you're fine with that. It's their choice. They have the right to do so, just like with the lottery. Great. You're exactly right. It's still bad for the state. And I'm a guy who loves gambling. I love going to Vegas. I love going to Atlantic City. I still don't think it's good for Alabama. That's my position, and I'm sticking to it. It looks like we're heading down the path of yet another discussion about gambling. And I will tell you what I will say the entire time. The amount of money sucked out of these communities, which are often the poorest communities in the state, is not going to be offset by the amount of tax money they dole out to this group or that group, or grant monies to this group or that group. They're not doing anything wrong in advocating for their own business interest. There's nothing wrong with that. What about the state of Alabama? What's best for the citizenry of the state of Alabama? And I have to continue reminding you, nobody is coming to the state of Alabama to gamble. I don't care if you have full-blown casinos and you put them at Orange Beach, or you put them at the Space and Rocket Center, or you put them in beautiful downtown Birmingham. No one is coming to the state of Alabama to gamble. This is not going to be Las Vegas. The money is not going to come from tourists coming into the area. The money is going to come from locals, and that screws them. Sorry, they have a right to do that. They absolutely do. It's still a bad bet for the state to get involved in. Period. End of story. But that's where this conversation is going. Look for a bigger conversation about gambling to be happening right here in the state of Alabama, and that is not good for the citizens in any way.